Welcome back into the channel, my friends. It's your boy Steve from Straight Fire Picks, back with your best bets for Game 1 of the NBA Finals between the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder on Thursday, June 5th, 2025. Player props, spreads, totals, predictions, as always. 3 picks in the video. Let's lock in and get this sweet.
Well, my presence isn't real. It's another bad one like this is scale. It's straight fire. All my bets straight from. You're in the house that cat made now. Straight fire.
As always, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button for me. Always appreciate that. On the road to 10,000 subscribers. Appreciate all of your guys' support as always. Let's have a big day here in the NBA today, guys. Super excited for these finals to begin. We're going to be locked in during these finals, guys. Let's have a great series and cap our NBA season out in a great way. So let's first start with a recap from our last NBA video, which was from last Saturday, Game 6 between the Pacers and the Knicks. We ended up going 1-2 in that game. So we had Karl Anthony Towns on the over in PRAs. He does cash that. We had the New York Knicks money line. We were going for some value there, and they ended up losing there in Game 6. And then TJ McConnell over 13.5 PRAs. He does not get it done there. Finishes with 9. So definitely not our best day, guys. But today's a new day, new series. Super excited to get into it in this series, guys. Looking forward to having a great NBA Finals and capping this NBA season. We're taking the day off of Major League Baseball today. We should be back with baseball tomorrow. Just taking a little break there, focusing in on the finals here today. So just keep that in mind, guys. We'll likely have, like I said, NBA, or rather Major League Baseball back tomorrow. So keep that in mind. As far as our comic cappers from Game 6 of that Knicks Pacers series, we did have Demetrius Smith calling the Pacers -4 spread. That was a great call there from Demetrius. Obviously, they won that game. They're going away. They were down the stretch. So, great call out there from Demetrius. One other quick thing I just say here in the chat, guys. Just make sure you guys drop your favorite pick for today's action down below. If you want to participate in our comic capper section, just put a star or an asterisk next to your pick. We'll include your pick in the video in our next video if it hits. Just put a star or an asterisk next to your pick. To be included in our next video. So obviously a great way to participate and have some fun here on the channel and help your fellow community members out here. So let's have a great day here today, guys. One last thing I'll say, check out the pinned comment and description for anything you guys are looking for here at the channel in regards to membership, merchandise, and social media links. All that's down below in the pinned comment and the description, so keep that in mind. All right, guys, without further ado, I think it's time to get after it. Been waiting all week long for this series to start, and super excited, obviously, for this series to start. I think we're gonna have a good time here, guys. It should be a lot of fun. So let's get right into our picks here for today, guys. At number 1, we got Pascal Siakam over 29.5 PRAs here for the Indiana Pacers. We're going -104 odds here on FanDuel, risking a unit here. Really like this spot, guys, for Pascal. Obviously, in the playoffs, we've seen Aaron Gordon and Julius Randle have success at the power forward position versus the Thunder, which kind of got me on the train of Siakam. And Siakam's kind of been coming on lately. We've seen some really big performances from him. I think this is a nice spot for him here. Game 1 on the road. He's the most experienced player, obviously, here on the Pacers as far as playoff experience, finals experience. Pascal is the candidate, I think, here to have a great game and look to put the Pacers on his back here early to kind of fend off some of this energy. It's going to be right away in Game 1 for the Thunder. I think Pascal could do it, guys. He's obviously a very offensively skilled player, and I expect him to be locked in here for Game 1 here tonight. We've seen him hit the over in 5 of his last 8 games for Siakam. Like I said, really coming on of late. Really saw him dominate at various points in that next series, particularly Game 2 comes to mind, where he really kept the Pacers in that game and gave them a chance to win, which they ended up winning that game, Game 2 on the road. Siakam was a very big reason for that. Like I said, I think his experience does play a role here. I really like the fact that I really do like his experience. I think he's going to have a big impact here in this series right away. So definitely expecting that. Like I said, we saw Gordon and Randle have success versus the Thunder, getting 30-plus PRAs 6 times, which obviously for Aaron Gordon, nowhere near the offensive player that Siakam is. Randall, you could argue that Randall's in the same type of category as Siakam. I would still give the edge, though, to Siakam as far as offensively, being a little bit more offensively skilled. But obviously, of the three, if I'm taking it over in PRAs, I'm looking at Pascal Siakam as far as of those three players. Obviously, like I said, Randall at times can go off, but I trust Siakam's offensive game more than I trust either of those guys. So I think, like I said, I think this is a great spot for Siakam. I think he's going to hit this over here in game number one. And he's going to really look to put the Pacers here on his back. Like I said, should be a great series. It's going to be interesting to see, how these teams shuffle lineups and how the matchups are going to be. Obviously, we know the Pacers get up and down pretty quick. The Thunder can make you pay for they can turn you over and get out transition as well. So this is going to be a high flying series. I think the over under here is set to 231, so this should be a pretty high flying series, and should be a lot of fun to watch. So do love it there for our number one pick, though, guys. We got Pascal Siakam over 29.5 PRAs here for the Indiana Pacers, minus 104 odds here on FanDuel. Okay, and at number two, we're going Indiana Pacers plus 9.5 spread here versus Oklahoma City Thunder. We got minus 110 odds here on Caesars. I think 9.5 is a bit crazy here. I definitely think, obviously, the Thunder should be favored. When I was thinking about this game, I was thinking the Thunder should be favored 5.5 to 6.5 here in game one. We're at the NBA Finals, guys. I don't think any team should be favored by 10 points to win a game. Both these teams have proven what they can do here in the playoffs. Both these teams are 12-4 in the playoffs so far. The Pacers are 6-2 on the road so far, straight up in the playoffs. And they've really performed well on most of the road games, obviously, in the playoffs, against teams that they were big underdogs against, just like this. Go back to that Cleveland Cavaliers series. This was about the spread in the Cleveland series. Everyone expected the Cavs to boat race the Pacers in games 1 and 2, and it didn't happen. Pacers won all 3 road games in that series. And like I said, the spread was about 10 points each time. So I think it's too many points. It's too much disrespect for the Pacers here. And we just bet against the Pacers, right? I love betting on the Pacers, and in certain spots I'll bet against them, but and that wasn't meant as a disrespect thing for the Knicks in Game 6 there. That was just a spot where the road team was really outplaying the home team most of that series. So that was a lot of what was going into that. So obviously I'm taking the Pacers here on the road. If this hits, I'll likely take it again in Game 2 if the spread stays the same. They've just been so consistent, especially on the road when you don't expect them to be. They've played very well. So looking for that to continue. Like I said, 6-2 on the road in the playoffs. Should be an exciting series. I'm giving an edge to the Pacers with Rick Carlisle coaching, and obviously the experience edge with Siakam. The Thunder really don't have big-time player experience as far as this deep into the playoffs. Siakam's been here before, obviously, with the Raptors. He's won a championship. He's a big part of that team, obviously, back when they had Kawhi and Siakam. So I think here, like I said, this is why I'm trusting Pascal Siakam. This is also why I'm taking the Pacers spread. I think with Rick Carlisle coaching, Siakam with the experience, I think they keep this game close. I'm not saying the Pacers win, guys, but 9.5 points I think is a bit crazy. I think this game will be competitive. It'll be close. We're going to have a great chance to cash at the end of this game. As long as no nonsense happens at the end of the game, I think we're going to cash this bet. I really do. So really like the spot, guys. Love it there for our number 2 pick. We're going Indiana Pacers plus 9.5 spread here versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. Minus 110 odds here on Caesars. Okay, and finally at number 3, we're going Chet Holmgren over 27.5 PRAs here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. We got minus 110 odds here on ESPN Bet, risking a unit here. So we've seen Chet go over in 3 of his last 4 games, so I like seeing that. Prop.Cash has Pacers as the 20th ranked out of 30 teams as far as PRAs versus the power forward position. So like that's a pretty solid matchup, obviously, for Chet. We were taking Towns in that series. For the Knicks versus the Pacers, and Towns was absolutely having his way. So I think Chet, obviously, he's got a very skilled offensive game. I think he's a good candidate here to hit the over. This is obviously a much lower line than what Towns was. Towns is obviously a lot more usage than Chet is. But at 27.5, I think Chet could definitely hit this line. I really like his spot versus his Pacers team. It's going to be an up and down game, pretty fast paced. You should see Chet play pretty good minutes here. In a matchup with the Pacers, who will go small at times. Chet should be in there, over Hartenstein, obviously. So we'll kind of see how it works out. But I really do like Chet here to hit his over here. Like I said, we took Towns a lot of last series. We took a lot of Karl Anthony Towns last series, and he was very good to us. Like I said, even our last game, we took Towns. He was the one that cashed for us. So really like Chet's matchup, obviously, here with the Pacers, with them going small and with the fast pace. There'll be a lot of offense, a lot of opportunities here. With the way that he played at the end of that Minnesota series, I'm expecting his minutes to stay up, right? I think that was the big thing with Chet. In the beginning of that Timberwolves series, we weren't sure how much Chet was actually going to play in that series. His minutes were very shaky at the start of that series. And then as they saw how well he did, we actually took Chet Holmgren at 15.5 points and assists in game one. I believe it was. We cashed. But his minutes were very wonky. But he played so well in the beginning of that series that he finally started getting more of the minutes, and then he started cashing the overs pretty much all series versus the Timberwolves. So I think he could do that here. Obviously, this is another guy where if we have success with him here early in the series, probably going to be looking to go back to him as well. Kind of like with Karl Anthony Towns. Towns was very consistent versus his team. I think Chet could have that type of consistency here and have a very good series. So love it there, guys. For our number 3 pick, we got Chet Holmgren over 27.5 PRAs here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Minus 110 odds here on ESPN Bet. All right, guys, that is going to do it for our picks. If you guys enjoyed the content, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. On the road to 10,000 subscribers. Appreciate all of your guys' support, guys. NBA Finals. Super excited for this, guys. Gonna have a great series as we cap off the NBA season, and then we're just going to have Major League Baseball for the summer. Obviously, we took yesterday off of baseball. We'll take it today off of baseball. We're coming back with baseball tomorrow, and hopefully we can get on a run there as well and really get things cooking here at the channel. So, appreciate you guys. Drop your favorite action down below, your favorite pick down below. Outside of that, that is going to do it for me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll catch you next time. Peace out.